In today's video, we will be diving into the world of AI-powered branding. We will show you how to leverage cutting-edge technology to analyze market sentiment, craft targeted content, and build a rock-solid personal brand that attracts high-quality leads. We want you to dominate your local market and become the go-to expert that everyone knows and trusts. Let's get started. Welcome back. So yesterday we delved into advanced lead scoring and nurturing techniques. Today we'll focus on building a personal, strong brand. A strong personal brand is a crucial element for success in today's competitive market. And by the end of this session, you will understand how to leverage AI tools to analyze market sentiment and craft brand awareness strategies that will attract high quality leads. Because that's what you want in your business, the highest quality leads that would convert. Now, the power of personal branding all comes from knowing and understanding that 81% of consumers trust the advice of friends and family. And with your personal brand, you want to build yourself to a position where people believe they know you and trust what you are saying. And the way to do that is to increase your brand awareness and use that opportunity which you've created to create a higher lead generation and greater client retention. So think about how you choose any expert in any field. Often it comes down to recommendations and referrals. And by building your own strong personal brand, this replicates a trust-based connection or on a larger scale. So people do business with those they know, like, and trust. And by establishing yourself as an expert through thought leadership, the content that you create, and the people with whom you can connect, your position then becomes a top of mind position for anybody looking at your particular industry or particular niche. So what is sentiment analysis? This is basically assessing the mood of the market and the public perception of real estate or whatever niche you're working in. And this cannot be both positive and negative. It can be positive when it's a rising market, negative during a downturn, or neutral when everything is stable. So AI analyzes vast amounts of online data, so conversations, news, social media, to understand what the market sentiment is. And this power is what would empower you to tailor your brand messaging and content strategy. So in a down market, you might want to change the tone of the blogs that you release and your social media posts. And in an up market, you change accordingly. So there's something called social listening. And for social listening, this is all about monitoring what's happening in the social sphere. And there are tools that assist with this requirement. Social listening tools are AI backed because there's just a vast amount of data to troll through and to consider and to categorize. And some of the tools that help in this space are like Brand24, Mention, and Sprout Social. These are quite popular ones. There are others, but these are three that we're considering for today's session. And what can you do with them? Well, you can identify relevant keywords and hashtags related to your local market or your niche. You can track your brand mentions and monitor your competitor activities. And you can analyze the sentiment of online conversations to detect whether they're generally positive, negative, or neutral. Now, we'll go through a video showing you how to get started with one of these tools. We looked at Brand24 especially. So we'll play a video and show you how you can go through it. And then on the next slide would look at what one of these pages looks like and what you can do when you log into Brand24 after you set up all of your hashtags or your keywords. But the key thing is with this tool, you can highlight the key areas that you want monitored, like your region or your city or your type of property or niche. We're trialing the Brand24 options for listening to social media messaging. So this is just our first session in here with Brand 24. So here, the first question you get asked after you register is to enter keywords or key phrases. So you might want to check maybe your business. You put autori, then we could enter real estate London. So yeah, apartment. But because this is your personal brand, you might want to put your name there. You can put John Smith. Say, okay, go next. All languages. So we're now creating a project. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right, this is interesting. So it's searching the internet to create a database of mentions. So this would scour the internet to find where those keywords have been mentioned, and hopefully should generate some information from us. You created your first project. You're now loading data for you. Brand 24 is focused on collecting public mentions from the moment you create your project. So click OK there. And what's this? Okay, so you've got 100 mentions of autori. So right here is a screenshot from Brand 24. This is where you can enter your keywords and your key phrases. So here we've entered luxury homes, first home buyer, and waterfront property. So let's have a look at what that looks like. So right here is the Brand 24 portal from a fresh account. As you can see, the dashboard is showing us the different mentions, and this one is, so on the screen here, you can also integrate your social media accounts, so your Facebook, Twitter, and the rest. As you can see here, you can select which sentiments that you want to consider. If we look here where I'm with the mentions, so the mentions selected, I've got an autori account that's created for this section, and the hashtags that I mentioned earlier, like luxury homes. So what we're looking at on the screen here are the positive and negative mentions. So here you've got 29 negative and 89 positive mentions. If we click on market sentiment or DAO sentiment, you'll look at mentions here. These are all mentions related to the hashtags that I configured. And you can see here the reach, so how many people are being reached with the specific keywords that I mentioned. So let's go back to sentiment. So here, if we select this area where it's positive, 94 and 50 negative, if I click on there, it filters the mentions at the bottom of the page. So most of these that are appearing now are neutral. Okay, here's one that's positive, and it's something on TikTok. As I mentioned, if we look at this one as negative, where's this one come from? This one's from X, from Twitter. So this just gives you an idea. Okay, let's look at this one from Daily Mail, so newspaper articles. So as you can see, this is all information coming from different areas of the internet. If I remove the positive from there, and we'll just focus mainly on the negative articles, of which there are 50. And then if we go to this one that came from X and click on it, let's see if that will let us see it exactly. So right here is the article. So where is it mentioning? Okay, so it must be a hashtag that's used in here. That's where that's related to. Okay. So water bills, cocktails, Colby threat, looms. This is interesting. Okay, so if we go back to Brand 24 and Here's another cost of deals sold article. Okay, this one's also on X. So these are all things that you can use to craft your message and to understand what's happening in the business. But this is really just to give you an idea of of what a brand listening tool looks like, or social listening tool rather looks like. So with the sentiment, we've seen what the monitoring and analysis of the different keywords presents and the opportunity that gives you. Now, we've spoken about the market analysis, the sentiment, and whether sentiment is positive or negative. So in a rising market, it will be positive, and in a down market, it will be negative, and then stable otherwise. Now, in order to craft the information and content that will be more appropriate for each stage in the sentiment, you can use AI-powered content creation tools and personalization tools. Now, what do these things do? So these are tools that would analyze vast amounts of data, and they use that data, AI will use that data to understand what resonates with the audiences, and they can help you craft an appropriate blog post, social media caption, or email newsletter. And the benefits of these tools is that, or the benefits include they save you time and save you resources. They ensure your content stays relevant to the current trends and allows for bulk creation of content. And you can also tailor your messaging to a specific segment of your audience. Now, we've spoken about personalization already in this series. So if you look at day 45, so that was just 2 sessions ago, we delved deeply into personalization. But as a summary and at a high level, tailoring your content and messaging to specific audience segments is the way to go. And when it's AI backed, to be based on demographics and their interests and their online behavior. And AI and personalization, with AI, a lot of data is analyzed, and this is what allows you to be more specific and more targeted in what you produce. But it's time now for you to take action and apply what you're learning into your business. So use these social listening tools. Pick any one of the 3 that have been mentioned already. You want to understand the market sentiment and your brand perception. If your brand is part of the keywords that you list or you configure, then you can craft your compelling content using AI writing assistants and personalize things based on what's happening in the market. You can experiment with different AI tools and strategies to find out what works. But the key thing is, when you go down this road, make sure you take your time and dedicate some effort to it. Don't be discouraged if it takes a while for results to appear. The key thing is, use the tools that you have intelligently. You want to be able to target the right audience, the right segment, and speak to their aspirations and their concerns. So how can Autory be of help? Well, Autory comes in by supporting you with creating these sentiment analysis setup and adapting it to your business. So we can help you utilize the AI functionalities that these tools provide and add that to your usual workflows, so that when you're creating content, it's more targeted. You can automate the process of targeting your relevant audience and your segments. And if there's any aspects that you struggle with, so like social media management and your content creation, you're targeting your advertising campaigns, any brand strategy development or market analysis, and personalized email marketing and automation of that flow, Autory.ai is there to help you. So in conclusion, here are the key things that I hope you've gotten from today's session. So one is the importance of a strong personal brand in real estate and how it fosters trust with your clients. So strong personal brand, essentially you want to be seen by your audience as the premier person to speak to, the top person, the top agent, the person who has all the knowledge and who's an expert in your field and in your niche. I also hope that you've taken from here that AI-powered market sentiment analysis can help you understand what's going on in the market and help you understand your audience better. Now, utilize social listening tools to track your brand mentions and the brand mentions of your competitor as well, so you can see what your competition is doing. And hopefully you now are more comfortable leveraging AI writing assistance and content generation for the efficient creation of your content. And the final thing I hope you've gotten from today's session is that there is power in personalization, and by personalizing you can increase engagement with your audience. So what's next? Now, take some time to explore these tools that I've mentioned and also consider the AI writing assistant. So one example is Jasper. As I've said, look at day 45 to see some other things that you can do to personalize your marketing. Also experiment with crafting different types of content like blog posts and social media. Consider how you can personalize your message to resonate with your audience, and explore how auto-read can be of assistance to you. So this one, we've got 3 wonderful resources that you can look at if you want to explore this way of marketing and brand creating your brand. Look at the Brand24's Academy. There's some free courses on there. Sprout Social also has a wonderful marketing and content creation resource. And then HubSpot as well has a library for free marketing and sales certifications. So these are useful for advancing more in this field. Now, you can partner with AutoRead.ai if you need assistance in doing all the things that we've just discussed. AutoRead.ai is all about automating business processes, removing the fat from your business and making your business more streamlined. We can automate business flows. We can turn your manual tasks into something that's more predictable, more reliable, and more efficient. So do reach out to us, have a talk with us. You can reach us through our website at autoread.ai or send an email to ua@autoread.ai. And don't forget, we are available on all the socials: Instagram, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, do feel free to leave a comment beneath this video on YouTube or reach out to us on any of the channels that I've mentioned already. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's session.